The cemetery was started in '89, but it started because we had a family pet killed in the wintertime, and we had back then nowheres to go with them or nothing to do with that type of animal, and being pet lovers, we hated to just leave them at the veterinary clinics. And so our pet was the first, and the cemetery's built around that. There is 1 acre here in Port Hill where we are now, and the cemetery in Charlottetown is a 6 acre, so we've got quite a bit of growth to go there. When Dad started it, it was just strictly a burial plot, and it expanded a little bit to Charlottetown, but it was still burials. And then a couple of years ago he just started the incinerator, and I took it over from there, and we've expanded to other areas of Prince Edward Island, and the growth has been tremendous the last 3 years. Each year the cemetery just seems to be getting bigger and bigger and busier and busier. The Fond Memories Pet Cemetery is exactly like a human cemetery in a lot of aspects. Services we offer is complete burials with headstones, caskets, private cremations, mass cremations. Another service that we offer is storage for the winter for people that want to take animals home and bury it in their favorite spot. The growth of the business is mostly the veterinary clinics. So on a weekly basis we go to the vets around the island to pick up the animals that have been euthanized and the people just want them disposed, and we take them back here and then they're mass cremated. Eventually they do end up in the pet cemetery as a mass burial of the remains.
But we will remember all her prankish
When
ways.
people come here to bury animals, it depends on the family. Some like to have a service.
Remembering she was our beloved pet.
We read poems, and family usually has some stories that they'd like to share. And it's just more, console the family and, help them say goodbye to their loved ones. We provide services such as floral arrangements, that can be set up so that flowers will go down every year on a particular plot. Another thing that we do is when you do have a pet buried in our cemeteries, we leave an extra plot there, just because through history we found out that most people do have 2 pets or end up getting another pet, so they like to have them buried side by side, so we offer that as well. Here's some of our urns that we offer. This is our oak wooden urn, and this is a stone urn that we offer, and this is our ceramic urn. And caskets, this is your standard casket that we use, lined with carpet, and this is more of our high-end caskets that are lined with silk. The services that we offer, like burial, for instance, includes the casket and includes a granite headstone and the first bouquet of flowers. And the cost to the person is a one-time fee of $350. Most people that come to us wanting an animal buried or cremated never ask until it's all done because they think so much of their pets. In this business, in the last year, burials tend to be somewhere in the 30 to 40 animals per year. The private cremations have jumped 40 to 50, and the mass cremations have come to the point where we are getting between 25 and 50 animals per week, every week of the year. The biggest challenge to me was getting certified by Environment Canada, because the incinerator itself is the air pollution is the reason why we got certified and licensed by them. Just simply because people may think, oh well, what are they doing to the air around here? That's why they come in and certified us. It wasn't a big problem for us, but it was just something that it all takes time, and it takes some red tape to get through and lots of restrictions.
Hello? No.
Our biggest secret of success would be our uniqueness in our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week business. You basically mold your life around other people's needs. But it is service, I think, is the big #1 thing for us. The base operations will stay here at home. That's the way I like to run the business. You know, I can take a break from here if I'm in the middle of something and go into the house and spend a little bit of family time, or try and get a little bit of recreational time in for myself. So this business is great for a home-based business because you can come out here and start your machine, and you know, and when you put your animals in, then you're looking at a couple of hours, so I can, you know, come back and forth to the house. So that's why the base will always remain right here in my property. As far as family life and business life, because of the pet cemetery business as such, my children have grown up not knowing the difference. So, you know, Dad comes home with animals all the time that are deceased, and it is something that we make sure our kids, you know, understand that that's Dad's business, and try and make sure they are not around when we are moving animals in and out. So it's a sensitive issue with family members, especially that young. I'll soon be able to do this full-time, and my wife also works with me on this, so I have goals set that, you know, it's going to go more than just province-wide. I want to, you know, there's so many different areas I can go, like exporting. Essentially, in the long run, I can see myself driving around talking to the people that are running cemeteries for me. But whether that'll happen or not, I don't know.